It's Kobra here at MaddenGuides.com, and over the last week or so, I've been showing some of the new blitz setups that you'll find in brand new formations in Madden 26 that's going to allow you to get some pressure on the quarterback. Now, there's one formation I have not shown yet, and this one is called the Nickel Load DBL Mug. Now, a lot of these blitz setups are very similar, but they are from some different formations. Now, the only downside of this particular formation, it only comes from one playbook. The name of the play that we use for this video breakdown is the Nickel Load DBL Mug Blitz Loop 0. You can only find this one out of just one playbook, and that's the Saints. Before I show the blitz setups out, the Nickel Load DBL Mug Blitz Loop 0, let's take a look at the default pass coverages and pass rush assignments. Now, this defense is a cover 0 defense, so you're going to have 5 defenders here. As you look at your screen, they're all going to be in man coverage on those receivers. So this is going to leave us with a 6-man pass rush. So you can see those are the 6 defenders that are going to be rushing the quarterback. Now, this particular defense, without making any pre-snap adjustments, you are going to get some type of pressure. Generally, it's either going to come off the edge from this particular defender right here, or you may end up seeing this guy right here, this edge rusher, where he'll loop into the A gap and apply the pressure. Now, this is, again, without making any pre-snap adjustments. Let's just go ahead and run the play here and see what kind of pressure we can get. Right there, you can see right there, it comes from that edge rusher, that Nickelback off the edge as you look at it. Now, with that said, you can create a defense here where you can get some pressure on the quarterback, and that's what I want to show you as far as an A-gap pressure coming from that edge rusher. All right, I want to go ahead and show you the blitz setup here that you can run out of the Nickel Load DBL Mug Blitz Loop 0. That's very identical to the other Blitz Loop 0s that you find in the brand new formations called the Nickel 2-4 Load DBL Mug and the 3-3 Load DBL Mug. Now, this setup's almost identical to what I've shown here. So I'm going to call press man coverage as you look at your screen. Next I want to do is go ahead and spread the defensive line out. Call QB contain. Then you want to take control of the Nickelback, such as you see on your screen. I like to bring them to the inside right there. And right there you can see on your screen where I got them lined up at. Now, this particular setup, it's going to end up bringing this A-gap pressure coming from this particular edge rusher. Well, he'll loop around these 3 guys here, and he'll apply that pressure on the quarterback. At least those 2 guys, as I point out, these 2 particular defenders, this Nickelback right here, and then this weak side defensive tackle. So that's really it as far as the setup is concerned. You can make any type of adjustments that you so choose as far as your coverages. The only other thing you need to do here is bring up this menu here. You can even bring up the substitution menu. In this case, I'm going to bring up the stunt menu. And then you just want to press at the 6 or 7 o'clock position. And once that ball snapped, you're going to get something like this, and you're going to apply that pressure on the quarterback. So that's pretty easy as far as getting to the quarterback pretty quick. What I want to do here is go into the X and O's and take a look at this real quick and show you how this works again. From the All-22 and instant replay, we can get a better idea exactly how this particular play works as far as getting that A-gap pressure coming from that edge rusher from the Nickel Load DBL Mug Blitz Loop 0. Now, like I said earlier, this defense is very similar to the other ones I've already shown out of those other new formations, but really all you got to do here with this is you can spread that defensive line out. That's the key to it, really, honestly. As long as you can get this guy to the inside here, which is going to be that Nickelback, then as long as you're rushing him before the snap, again, you don't have to necessarily bring up the substitution menu or the stunt menu. You can still probably get this to work, but you got to make sure when you do this, you got to make sure that you're rushing towards the 7 o'clock position into this area here. The only reason I like to bring up that stunt menu or the substitution menu is because I want to get a quicker release off the line of scrimmage with him, and that way I can also drop him back into pass coverage, which we're going to show here in just a bit of how to do that. But what this is going to allow you to do is to get this pressure coming off the edge from this guy right here, where he's going to come through that A-gap, such as what you just saw on the screen earlier. So he'll get that A-gap pressure. So that's really the reason I like doing that. So as you run through this, you can see right there, see how I get it off the line of scrimmage really quick, and it draws that left tackle out to block me. And as you look at it, these 2 offensive linemen, including the left guard and the left tackle, both block those 2 particular rushers right there. And again, as you look at it, you can see that this guy is clearly shooting through this A-gap and applying that pressure on the quarterback. And as coverages are concerned, it's just 5 men dropping back into pass coverage. And as I mentioned earlier, you can always, adjust if you want to shade those guys underneath, outside, whatever you want to do with that, you can do that. And there's the pressure coming on the quarterback. Now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and show you guys how to get that pressure where you can just a 4-man pass rush. The second blitz setup that I want to show out, the Nickel Load DBL Mug Blitz Loop 0, is one where we're going to end up having an extra defender who's actually going to be in QB spy And we're going to turn this into a 4-man pass rush. It's going to allow us to make sure the quarterback doesn't roll out to try to avoid the blitz. All right, let's go ahead and set this one up here. The first thing you want to do is call press man coverage. At this point, you can shade underneath, shade inside, outside, whatever you so choose. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to switch off. Let's go ahead and switch off to this defender right here as you look at it. And this is going to be this linebacker. Now, this linebacker is actually supposed to be blitzing the quarterback here as you look at it. So he's supposed to be coming in on a blitz. But what we're going to do with him is we're actually going to go ahead and put him into QB spy. So you can see right there, he's now in QB spy. And then what you want to do is you want to switch back over to this defender here, to his Nickelback. And then you want to call QB contain. Make sure you spread the defensive line out. So there's your look right there as far as your setup. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring up the stunt menu, such as you see on your screen right there. And then I'm going to manually rush this guy and allow him to come up a couple yards and then drop him back into pass coverage. Now, as I pointed out already, as you look at this one, what you're going to end up having here is a 4-man pass rush. Remember, this guy right here is the one you're in control of. You're going to allow him to come up a couple yards, and then you're just going to drop him back into pass coverage. And then you also got this guy right here, the other one we put into QB spy. Now, as you look at this, this is going to allow us to get this 4-man pass rush, such as you see on your screen. And then this guy right here, this defensive end or this edge rusher right here, he's going to actually come through this A gap, and then he'll apply the pressure on the quarterback. All right, let's go ahead and run it and take a look at it. Now, remember, I do have this stunt menu brought up, and let's look at here and see if we can get that pressure on the quarterback. And right there, you can see that we didn't get that pressure on the quarterback. Now, as far as that other guy got in right there, he's probably not always going to get in, but you certainly should end up seeing that A gap pressure coming from that one defender, the one I just pointed out, as far as bringing that pressure on the quarterback. Now, if you guys are having some type of issue getting a 4-man pass rush, you can still turn this one into a 5-man pass rush and still get to the quarterback. So let's go and take a look at this setup here. Now, this is out of the gun type formation that I'm running this with. So as far as the setup, it's pretty much the same thing here. We're just going to go ahead and spread the defensive line out, call QB contain, such as you see on your screen. And next, we want to call press man coverage. And then at this point, we're just going to bring this guy to the inside. You'll notice the only thing I didn't do was put that one guy into QB spy over there on the right, like I did earlier. So this is just going to be a 5-man pass rush as you look at it. So let's go ahead and run it. It's the same thing here. We're going to go ahead and bring up that substitution menu. Don't forget to get about the 7 o'clock position. Once that ball is snapped, you're just going to drop this guy back into pass coverage, and there's your 5-man pass rush. So there's another way of getting some pressure on the quarterback. I just want to show you, just in case you guys are having some issues, you can definitely get it with a 5-man pass rush as well. So guys, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to the Madden Guys YouTube channel. Also, if you like this blitz setup, leave a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. So again, guys, I hope you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving tomorrow. And I'm sure I'll have another video coming up soon. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment for more Madden Guides, strategy, and tips content. See you in the next video.